Hey guys, welcome back to Doug's Basement Workshop. I know we don't do a lot of CNC stuff much lately, but I have been running the CNC machine pretty hard, getting ready for the farmers market next year. If you're watching this and you've seen a lot of my Glowforge videos, the Glowforge is a great tool, but it is my newest tool. For a long time, the Shapeoko, my little CNC router, was my #1 tool in my shop for making products and projects. Lately, I've had a problem. Round things aren't round. Now, this applies to both machines because both machines are running on a belt-driven system with motors, and sometimes round not being round is a calibration issue or a significant issue with your machine. Now, there are a few parts in the CNC machine that can cause round things not to be round. Okay, so I'm going to flip my camera here and I'm going to keep talking while I'm showing you what I'm doing. Okay, so this is my Shapeoko. This is my basic CNC machine. You see I already have a board clamped down to run another cycle. So I found the problem, but I thought some other people might have this same problem and not know what to check. So not being round could be your Z-axis. This could be wobbling. Mine is not wobbling. The next issue that you want to check is your belts. Make sure you don't have a torn belt. You don't have a stretched belt or belt with the teeth missing on the back side. On the back of these belts are a whole bunch of little teeth that are grabbed by the gears over here. Right here are gears and pulleys. And this gear here, I'm going to engage the motors. This gear has a set screw in it. It was wobbling. This set screw had fallen out. So, put a new set screw in 5 days ago, and every day I've had to tighten the set screw, so then I try putting the Loctite. I used the light Loctite on it first to see if that would work, and I may have to go get heavy Loctite because this came loose again. This gear may be bad. Sorry guys, there's some elevation changes in my floor out here. So if that gear is bad, I have to replace it, and there's nothing I can do about that. Now, I have gotten the upgrade kit from my CNC machine. My CNC was the first Gen 3 that came out from them. They've now moved to a wider belt on the side, so I had to change all the gears last summer. So that is a new gear from the machine that I had originally purchased. So, I don't know how to say this nicely. If you don't have spare parts, you're not running this as a business. You really should have an extra set of parts for your machine that are consumable parts. Bits are not the only consumable part of your machine. You should have there's a kit you can buy from Shapeoko that is all new gears and belts and all the parts. Just like when I talk about the Glowforge, having new lenses, having a lens change tool. Those go out of stock a lot, and you step on one, like the clumsy guy with nerve damage stepped on mine, and I crushed it. I had to buy another one. New lenses, you drop that lens, it cracks, it gets messed up, you need a new lens. Just like that with the Shapeoko, you need to have replaceable parts, you need to have an extra belt. I actually have 2 routers for my CNC machine in case I burn one up. I have new brushes for my routers because they go bad. It's a consumable product. I left the motor on. So guys, on the list of spare parts, you should have an extra set of everything. There's a tune-up kit that you can buy with new belts and pulleys and all that kind of stuff. Buy that. Consider it to be spare parts, and occasionally you're going to have to change all that stuff out anyways, and you'll have all the parts and you need them. So I would say spare parts for your machine, if you're running it as a business, is an essential part of what you're doing. Go grab the spare parts. This week, I spent money and bought a toolbox. It's sitting right there. And I have loaded that with all the spare parts for my CNC machine. So when I have problems where round things aren't round and square things aren't square, I can actually address those things in a timely manner. I'm not shipping or calling for parts. If you haven't had to call for parts for a piece of equipment during COVID, it takes forever for those parts to come in. So guys, I recommend having an extra set of parts for your machine kicking around. It's not a lot of money to have those parts. And if you are doing a business or doing production work, having those extra sets of parts around is going to save you way more money in the long run than what you're spending. For $100, you can have all the parts that go bad on this machine sitting in a toolbox or in a box in your shop ready to go. If you have 1 or 2 weeks without running your machine because you can't make blanks, you can't make your models, you can't do whatever it is you're doing, that $100 in parts that's sitting there, you're going to be really wishing you had them. Alright guys, go check out the spare kit parts, the tune-up parts for the Shapeoko. Go to their website, get some parts. If you're one of my Glowforge people, remember the parts I listed off for the Glowforge. The lens changing tool, and some of those basics that just go bad on any machine. Alright, so if wrong things aren't around, you know what to go look for next time, guys. Remember, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Go make some sawdust.